This morning is great to have Billy from Interchain Foundation.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Billy, can you start by telling us about Interchain Foundation?
Yeah, so Interchain Foundation is a Swiss nonprofit founded with a mandate to build decentralized technology with a specialty on Cosmos and the Internet of Blockchains.
You guys are making a big push for the IBC and really recruiting core contributors to the foundation.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us the story?
Yeah, so the vision of the Internet of Blockchains supports a very diverse topology, diverse technology. We think that the success of blockchains will come through especially application specific. So there should be many different types of blockchains that have different purposes, and that's the way that you'll be able to scale them, as well as solve the issues around sovereignty.
How did you personally get into blockchain and now with Interchain?
Actually, through hackathons.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was working on a kind of independent, weird art project, and I realized on accident it was a blockchain. And so I started learning about Solidity in order to build it with Ethereum. This was back in 2017 or so. And as soon as I had like a proof of concept, I started going to different hackathons to learn more, just like onboard materials and learning, but also to like share the projects that I was working on. I ended up like loving the format, and I did, I think, 6 hackathons in 6 months that I won like all of them, and it was just like, oh my god, this is my thing. And it was just like the fastest way to get integrated in the ecosystem, meet people, go different places, and get like little bounty prizes to move myself along the way.
Sounds like a great journey. You're also really big into art. What's your take on NFT for the whole blockchain space?
NFTs are really exciting. So yeah, I studied art, and the first project that I mentioned, this kind of weird art project, was a very early version of NFTs. And so when I realized that this could be a thing, like I remember CryptoPunks came out, and I was like, see, like people do this. This is not weird. And just found more and more like-minded people, more and more exciting projects and ideas came with it. It was just always such a like vibrant space. And the other part that was really exciting is just how greenfield it was. Where you're like, nobody's done this yet, but I have this idea, and like people are excited about it, and like
fun to experiment.
I just dig in.
Yeah, totally. So the vision of IBC is really the internet of blockchain, right?
Yeah.
Now that Tendermint and quite a few Tendermint chains already have really good success, how do you see really working with even Polkadot, if not even Ethereum chains?
Yeah, so IBC is agnostic to the type of blockchains that it's speaking to. The current implementation inside of the Cosmos SDK is in Golang, and it currently targets Tendermint-based chains as the consensus, but it can be swapped out for any type of consensus so that it can talk to any type of chain. So we currently have work being done to support light clients on Celo, so we'll be able to talk to different EVM chains using those capacities. We talked a little bit last night that that's really modular too, so that it can be swapped out for other solutions like potentially Harmony. And in Substrate, there's teams building a IBC palette for Substrate. So even if you build a Substrate blockchain, you can participate in the Internet of Blockchains over IBC.
That's super awesome for the inclusive vision of really everyone, every chains. So coming back, you're also in charge of the foundation, thinking about how to really motivate more of the community, getting involvement, or thinking about the broader vision. But also all the way managing all the grants, thinking about how to recruit the core contributors. What is your lessons? What can you help? Meaning, what can be a call to so many technical and creatives of like joining and using the grants that you guys have?
Yeah, I think one of the most important things is making sure that the teams who are doing this work have their own incentives in the long term. So we found it really successful to partner with projects who want to use technology that's either similar to ours or extends it. And so they're able to sublimate their costs on the development. But the idea is that they would eventually, make a business out of it and have their own incentives to continue that work and continue pushing the technology along.
That's right.
So finding those parallels is a way, I think, to make it really successful.
Yeah, lots of autonomy, great incentives for really to build together, right? Now with the foundation, it's really even beyond IBC. What's the vision of the foundation now that you have a strong roadmap of IBC, lots of adoption? What can we expect in a year that the foundation can help drive?
Yeah, I mean, I see a very long roadmap. I think this Internet of Blockchains, similar to the Internet that we see here, as sort of an ever-evolving technological roadmap itself. The landscape of tech and the Internet has changed, obviously, every year, and I expect the same for blockchains. In the middle of all that, I think that we'll see IBC as a sort of consistent piece. TCP/IP being the part of the Internet that's important, whereas everything else has changed in different ways. And the super future distant, maybe there's an evolution of IBC itself, but the vision for Internet of Blockchains, I think, will stay.
Totally. Let's make a bridge to everyone.
Exactly.
Well, thank you again, Billy, today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.